So Russell Wilson is no longer dealing with a calf injury. He will now be the starting quarterback for the Steelers. And I know you may think that I'm lying, but I'm not. The Steelers right now, they're 4-2. Justin Fields has 5 passing touchdowns to just 1 interception, but they have struggled in the passing department. Justin Fields was always supposed to be the backup quarterback to begin with. When they made this trade, they wanted Russell Wilson to come in because he's the better passer inside the pocket. He can make moves outside the pocket as well, and they hope that he can give this offense a major boost. Now, I will say this for Coach Tomlin, you better hope that this works out because you cannot just go out there and alternate between quarterbacks. Justin Fields did not play terrible. This team is 4-2 for a reason. Their defense was very good for the first couple of games of the season. They're dealing with injuries right now to Nick Herbig and to Alex Highsmith, but when they get those guys back, they should be in a better situation. Justin Fields as a passer is not better than Russell Wilson, and I have said this over the offseason, and I'm sticking to that standpoint. Russell Wilson is a better pocket passer than Justin Fields, and I'm not coming on here and I'm not saying that Justin Fields was terrible as a starter. He had a lot of good moments. But at the same time, he had a lot of fumbles, and he had a lot of issues pushing the ball deep down the field, a lot of over and under throws as well. I think that Russell Wilson can get the best out of George Pickens, but it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. I want to talk about the offensive play calls first. If you're going to constantly go out there and run the football up the middle over and over again, that's a bad sign. Now, Arthur Smith may be more comfortable with Russell Wilson going out there and throwing the football deep down the field to George Pickens. I'm going to stand up for Justin Fields, even though he hasn't played the best inside the pocket and he had a lot of sporadic moments behind the line of scrimmage. It's only so much a quarterback can do when you only have one true wide receiver. We've seen weapons like Calvin Austin III go out there and show promise. It hasn't been good enough. You have Pat at the tight end position. I hope that Russell Wilson can get more out of him than Justin Fields has gotten out of him. Because when you look at Pat, very good complete tight end, but they have not been able to get him the football enough in the receiving game. But you only have one true wide receiver that can take the top off the defense and can be effective moving things deep down the field. And that's George Pickens. That's it. Maybe they bring in a guy like Roman Wilson. Maybe he can come in. He can take the top off the defense and he will look better. We will see. But we saw this early in the offseason. Russell Wilson, before he suffered that calf injury, Mike Tomlin was speaking glowingly of him because of how good he was for the Denver Broncos in year number 2. Year number 1, he was terrible. But let's put some context to it. One of the worst offensive lines in the NFL. He was tied first with being second in the NFL with Justin Fields. Russell Wilson does hold on to the football for too long, but he showed the ability last season underneath Sean Payton to get the football out quicker. I like what the Steelers have defensively, but the offense, they need a boost. You can't come on here and you can't tell me that Justin Fields has been lighting things up because he hasn't been. In the rushing department, he's been electric, but there's only so many times you can go out there and run the football before defenses catch on to it. Look at what happened in the Dallas Cowboys game, and I really feel like that is what sealed Justin Fields' fate when they lost that game, and that is a bit unfair, because the offense went out there and they did what they could. But at the same time, you had a blocked field goal in that game, 2 interceptions and a fumble on Dak Prescott. You had 4 turnovers and you only could come up with 17 points. The Steelers should have won that game, but they didn't. The offense was not good enough. And the Dallas Cowboys went down there. They took care of business. It's not a perfect offense. They're far from it. And the offensive line is decimated. No James Daniels at the right guard position. As I record this video right now, Zach Frazier is dealing with an injury, but right now he's day-to-day. He's their top offensive lineman, and he's a rookie at the center position. You look at Broderick Jones at the right tackle position. He's not even supposed to be in this situation. Troy Fatanu is supposed to be in that situation. He's out right now dealing with a dislocated knee injury. And he's going to miss the rest of the season. So they have a lot of injuries to this offensive line. The run game has been very inconsistent with Najee Harris. Najee Harris against elite level competition. He's too slow to come out of that backfield. But I will say this, as a power back, he's pretty solid. Now you have Jaylen Warren. He's 100%. He got some snaps against the Las Vegas Raiders. He's a guy that can go out there and be a momentum shift running back in terms of having the speed and having the ability to catch the football at the backfield. Cordell Patterson right now, he is out. The last time we saw him was a couple weeks ago against the Indianapolis Colts. I'm not saying that Russell Wilson is going to come in and the offense is going to look 100% better, but I do think guys like George Pickens, Calvin Austin III, and Big Pat, They're going to go out there. They're going to benefit from this because Russell Wilson is a pass-first quarterback. When I look at Justin Fields, yes, he has a rocket arm. He has the ability to go out there and make crazy plays like how he did against the Atlanta Falcons and how he did against the Denver Broncos. But it's just not good enough. And we saw the same play with the Chicago Bears. Maybe long-term, Justin Fields is the answer. Yes, the Steelers have a lot of problems with their offense outside the quarterback position with a lot of play calls as well by Arthur Smith. But when you have a guy like Russell Wilson who can go out there, stand inside the pocket and get the football out to those key weapons and let those guys do your job in terms of yards after the catch and run after the catch, I think that they would be in a better situation passing-wise. But it comes down to the philosophy of Coach Tomlin and Arthur Smith. How much do they want Russell Wilson to go out there and throw the football all over the place? Because if you want Russell Wilson to just go out there and dink and dunk his way down the field, you might as well just keep in Justin Fields. Even though he is a better pocket passer than Justin Fields, he operated very well within the system. Not to say that he played like a top 10 quarterback because he didn't, but Justin Fields has the ability to go outside the pocket and make crazy plays with his legs. And we may see Justin Fields in goal line situations to where he can become a passer as well, but he can also take off with his legs. And it's not like Russell Wilson doesn't have any mobility. He's not the same quarterback that he once was with the Seattle Seahawks, but there is still a solid quarterback there for the Steelers. They're hoping to still run the football and play amazing defense. It's only so much your defense can do when your top edge rushers are out. Yes, you have TJ Watt, in my opinion, still is a top edge rusher in the NFL, but he needs help. He made some key plays last week in terms of fumbles against the Raiders. But without Nick Herbig and without Alex Highsmith, it showed a lot of weaknesses to the Steelers' defense, and that's expected. Patrick Queen continues to go out there and play better. He had a good game against the Raiders up to that point. He hadn't played that well. But you have guys like Peyton Wilson and Landon Roberts, solid linebackers. I like those guys a lot. Cameron Hayward is in the back end of his career. But when I look at Cameron Hayward, a very good run defender, solid pass rusher at this stage of his career. He can still get to the quarterback. As long as TJ Watt is playing alongside him, he's going to find a way to get pressure. He's going to find a way to go out there and stop the run. I like Keanu Benton as well. The secondary, I have a lot of problems with them. Joey Porter Jr., when he's not holding, I like him a lot at the cornerback position. Dante Jackson will give up big plays here and there, but will also come with interceptions, like how they've been stacking up over the last couple of weeks. He had an interception against the Atlanta Falcons, and he had a game-changing play last week as well. Minkah Fitzpatrick has yet to go out there and be a game-changing safety in terms of getting turnovers, but being on the field and taking away the center of the field, he's still up there with the best of them. I still like Minkah Fitzpatrick. Just because he's not going out there and he's not having 4 to 5 interceptions up to this point does not mean that he's a bad safety. He's doing his job. He's taking away the middle of the field, and he's helping out the rest of the defenders in the back end of the defense. So I like what the Steelers have. Do I think that they are a playoff contender right now? Yes, I do. Because you still have that safe way of playing football. I put it this way. It's going to be hard to blow the Steelers out if they can run the football. They are a top-tier team in terms of running the football, but a lot of that is because of Justin Fields and the ability to pick your poison. Do you want Justin Fields to run? Do you want Najee Harris to run? This is still a bad offense in terms of play calling and pushing the ball deep down the field, but hopefully Russell Wilson can give them that. Russell Wilson last season with the Denver Broncos, 26 passing touchdowns to 8 interceptions, and he's a veteran. They're going to have to go against the New York Jets for this upcoming week on Sunday night, and I expect for the Steelers to go out there and try to win that game and to fight the New York Jets to the very end. They're going to be in a lot of close football games because that's the Tomlin way. But let me know in the comment section below, are the Steelers making a mistake by switching over from Justin Fields to Russell Wilson? And I would say this right here, you just can't go out there and look at Justin Fields' numbers and say, man, the man has 5 passing touchdowns and 1 interception. He's not playing bad. He's not pushing that ball deep down the field effectively enough. He's having a lot of over and under throws as well. And I don't completely blame him for this because of how bad this roster is constructed on the offensive end. They have to go out there and make a move to get another wide receiver to bring in to help out George Pickens. But hopefully this can unlock George Pickens to the fullest of his ability, playing with a veteran quarterback like Russell Wilson. But if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. God bless. Peace.